What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about X-Force and how you can actually use them to punch up against both Shield with Nick Fury and Coulson, and also Mercenaries. Big shout out to Hamzia and my alliance who sent me footage of him punching up 30k against a Shield team, and then I've got footage from myself where we punch up 30k against a Mercenary team as well. Some pretty significant punch ups on those. But we're going to go ahead and start by breaking down X-Force, talking about how you need to get this team ready to go, possible T4s for it, just ways to build it up, and also positioning. And then we'll go into the battles, talk about strategy, how to handle these teams. So lots to break down. Now, let's start off with how to build up this team. And for this team, in order to punch up against Shield and Mercenaries, you're going to need one very, very important thing, and that is Deadpool must, absolutely 100%, must be the character with the highest damage on the team. You can see I've gotten about 11,000 damage here right now. I originally did not have that fourth red star on him, so I had to put some of these pieces on him to give him a little bit more bonus damage. It was kind of unfortunate, but once I got that fourth red star on him, you can see he's got some pretty significant damage there, and now it's giving me some breathing room to build up the rest of the squad too. The big thing is that you've got to kind of make sure that you don't go too crazy with red stars. Like right now I have 4-4 on X23, but Negasonic, I've got her at 2-6, and she's sitting at 7,500 damage, and once I get more red stars on her, her damage is going to boost up pretty quickly. So it's one of those things where you need to kind of build up Deadpool, give yourself some breathing room to expand the other characters as well. Like for example, Cable, he's at level 61, and he is at 6'5", and he's at 9,000 damage. So he was pretty close before Deadpool got that fourth red star. So now I can build up Cable a little bit more. It gives me a little bit more breathing room. But yeah, never let anyone outside of Deadpool get that highest damage stat. This is going to be very important because of Coulson with his nuke attack will target the character with the most damage on your team. And then Mercenaries with Taskmaster as well. With his passive, he will put taunt on the highest damage character on your team too. The important thing here is that Deadpool, he's going to be targeted, but he comes back to life thanks to Domino. With Domino on there and her passive, she constantly revives Deadpool whenever he is defeated. It's actually under Deadpool himself, but yeah, you have to make sure that Domino always stays alive and that Deadpool is going to be constantly focused down because he has the highest damage stat. That's the important thing. Now, in terms of T4s for this team, I only have one T4 right now, and that is on Negasonic with her passive, because this gives a significant damage boost to your team. Also gives her a little bit more armor if she has barrier. And other T4s you can put on this team, another one I definitely recommend is going to be the mutant weapon passive on X23, because this gives a lot of bonus focus for X-Force as well. Also fills up her speed bar by 50% whenever an enemy drops below 50% health. This is a big deal. Helps her go more often. She can use her Feral Rage, Relentless Assault abilities more often, apply ability block, flip stealth, just really damage the enemy team. And then in terms of other abilities to go for on that, I've seen some people go for the passive on Domino with Lady Luck. Not really keen on that one. I mean, the chance to give herself evade does it's a little more it's nice to have, but not what I'm really crazy about. But if you are going to use this to punch up against Shield, one that you may want to take a look at, not by any means required, but possibly one to look at, is the T4 on Overload for Cable, because with this T4, all positive effects from the primary target are removed. Against the Shield team, there's a lot of positive effects flying around. You know, Shield security is constantly taunting and everything. If you can get this T4 and use Overload with Cable against someone like Shield security or someone on the enemy team with a lot of positive effects, you can basically just remove them all, and that allows you to focus down other characters. This combined with the bonus focus from the X23 passive, very, very important. So that is another nice one to have. And I mean, there's a couple others that you can get as well, but nothing really crazy. I mean, I've seen people go for the Warhead passive or the Warhead ultimate on Negasonic, taking that up to T4. I think I've seen this one here, a particle charge with Negasonic as well, because it also clears all positive effects from the enemy target. There's other ones that are nice to have, but I'd say pretty much the passive on X23, the passive on Negasonic, those are the ones that you definitely want to have. I only have the one on Negasonic. Hamzia, who sent me the footage against Shield, he had no T4s on that team as well. So that is something to keep in mind. Good to have T4s, not really required, but definitely helps you boost the power on your team. Now, when it comes to positioning for this team, The important thing is that get out of here, Offer. One of the important things is that you got to the positioning on this team is very, very important. I'll pull up the team here and I'll explain it, and then we'll go into the battles after that to wait for things to load here. The important thing is that Deadpool, you need him front and center, and then you put on both sides of him Negasonic and Cable. Both those characters get a lot of barrier from their passives and their special abilities. They get a lot of barrier on them, and Deadpool's gonna be focused down a lot anyways because of the taunts and everything. So you have two characters with a lot of barrier and a lot of regeneration and healing. That's important to have on them because they can soak up a lot of that damage. And then Domino and X-23 on the far outside. You don't want Domino to be put in the line of danger because once Domino dies, Deadpool cannot revive. And Deadpool reviving is very important for this team. So having Domino and X-23 on the outside, because both of them don't have a lot of survivability. They have evade abilities and evade synergies, but overall that one's kind of RNG, and you know it's not sustainable in the long run. So having Deadpool up front, two barrier characters on each side of him, and then Domino and X-23 on the far outside, that is pretty much the best way to have this team position. So with that, let's go ahead and go into these battles. Let's talk about let's start off with the mercenary team first. We'll break down how to handle that team, and then we'll go from there. So starting out of the gate, the important thing is that you're going to have pretty much the enemy team is going to move first. There's not much you can do about that with Korath there. But one of the important things is that you're going to see that there's no defense up on the enemy team yet. The Riot Guard has not moved. That is important. You want to save the ultimate from Negasonic until you have defense up on the enemy team, because she's able to remove that. She then puts out the heal block. Important to have. So you got to wait a little bit, but you can see that we already have the taunt on Deadpool from Taskmaster here. That is the big deal. That's the important thing, and that's what I stressed about having the highest damage on Deadpool, because that taunt goes onto him, and then that allows the mercenaries to focus down him. Mercenaries move a lot. That's one of the big things about them, and it makes them very annoying to fight on defense. So now Deadpool has the taunt. We're going to try to put Disrupted on the Riot Guard. He blocks it, so that's unfortunate, but now once we have the defense up from Riot Guard here in a moment, now we can use the ultimate from Negasonic to go ahead and take it out. We can try to put ability block here on the Riot Guard if we so desire, but because she's blinded, it missed. We use the rebounding attacks from Deadpool to do some damage, and then here we go. Now we can start to build up the charged on Cable and start using him to also remove positive effects. So without charge on Cable, he gains a lot of bonus speed bar. But now we have defense up on the enemy team. We have Negasonic ready to go. So she'll use the ultimate and she'll clear it from she clears the defense up from the enemy team. Lots of heal block out now, but a lot of counter. So she's going to take some damage here. That's why having that barrier is kind of important for her as well. Deadpool is defeated. Now he is revived, and Domino takes a beating there, which was a little unfortunate, but that can happen from time to time, and that's one of the tricky things, and that's why we want to keep Domino on the outside, because if they focus her, she's going to die pretty quickly. Evade's not going to help in the long run. We unleash the ultimate here with X-23. We're going to see if we can take out a couple characters here. We'll take out Mercenary Lieutenant, and then we will use the Execute here with Deadpool, take out quite a bit of health on the Riot Guard, and then we just kind of keep going. All about to lose Negasonic here, which could be a problem. We'll get some Dispel on the enemy team. We'll remove the taunt from those characters, and then we'll use Negasonic to do some more damage. We'll try to take out Riot Guard here in a moment. Taunt once again on Deadpool, but no Domino this time. So it's a little worrisome if we lose Domino, or if we lose Deadpool here. We have Negasonic about to go. X-23 is taking some damage. And then we just kind of start picking off characters one by one, do some damage there to Bullseye. Bullseye is almost done, but now we can use the ultimate with Cable, and probably the best bet right now, take care of Taskmaster. If you can defeat Taskmaster pretty easily, then the mercenary team falls apart. So we use the basic there with Cable to give himself some boosted speed bar, gain charge, and also defeat Bullseye at the same time, killing two birds with one stone. Taskmaster is done. And then now we just take out Korath. Overall, the fight took about 2 to 3 minutes. It got a little, as you can see, it got a little dicey there. So if you're punching up against Mercs, it's a little dicey. It's definitely worrisome. But yeah, once we lost Domino near the beginning, that kind of screwed things over. And also, one of the unfortunate things was getting that blind on X23, because then I couldn't use her special here to apply ability block to Riot Guard. And if she does land that and it's blocked or dodged by Riot Guard, she can apply ability block and gains like 10,000 bonus focus with that attack. So she's going to be able to apply ability block, which then means you can bypass the taunt on Riot Guard and start hammering some of these other characters. So even without her not being able to control the Riot Guard there, was still able to punch up. But yeah, with losing Domino there, it kind of got a little dicey. And then using that pass, or using the ultimate with X23. And this is also another thing, is as you defeat the enemy characters and as you kind of take down their damage, like there, you could have filled up the speed bar quite a bit more on X23. She could have gone again. That's kind of why you want to go for the T4 passive on X23. So it's kind of dicey with that blind and the RNG. It's kind of luck based. But yeah, there's a possibility of punching up against mercenaries with your X-Force. Let's talk about the shield team. So a quick warning before we go into the shield footage here. Hamzia had quite a bit of lag with recording this, so it's a little choppy and it's not exactly the best quality, but you can still tell what's going on. I'll walk you through it. As you can see here, 162,000 power on his X-Force squad, 190,000 on the shield. So a decent punch up here, and we're gonna start off by misplaying this and using the ultimate with Negasonic. Not ideal, because there's no defense up on the enemy targets. You want to kind of wait until you have shield security and Nick Fury spreading out that defense up. Not what he did here. Not exactly the ideal thing. And then he's gonna try to use the ultimate no scope here with Domino, and again, doesn't really quite do anything because there's all this immunity on the enemy squad. Best to use her basic here, because that can call assist with X-Force allies and actually start targeting shield security, because as we go through this fight, you're going to see shield security is kind of a thorn in the side, because you're trying to take out all these other shield characters. But with that going on here, and yeah, with shield security constantly taunting, it's a bit of a problem. And yeah, shield security now taunts. He has defense up. Now would have been the ideal time to use that ultimate. And here we go, the nuke from Coulson, targeting the highest damage character. It was against Deadpool. Deadpool took quite a bit of damage. We have the heal from Shield Medic going here, which is the most important thing. And then here we go. This is where the T4 on the overload ability for Cable would be very important. Look at all these positive effects on shield security. You could remove them all right now, and then remove all these positive effects from Nick Fury, from Shield Medic, all these characters right here. And if you can remove all these positive effects from Nick Fury right now, you can now severely hamper his special or his ultimate, where he spreads positive effects to the entire enemy team. So use overload here. Ideally, it would have removed all the positive effects from shield security, and also getting that bonus focus X23 would have probably helped guarantee the removal of the buffs here from Nick Fury. Unfortunately, still got offense up and speed up on Nick Fury. That's all going to get spread out here in a moment. Use the ultimate from X23, and because it targets non-summoned characters first, you can see Coulson took quite a bit of damage there, but we still have shield security going strong. We're going to lose Deadpool here, hopefully in a moment, and then he can start reviving. But yeah, this some nasty lag with this, and also very nice as well because of X23 and Domino. The execute ability with Deadpool can ignore stealth, and he took out Coulson, who was stealth because of shield operative. So Coulson's now gone, which is going to make things quite a bit easier, because now you can go for this here. We could try to go for disrupt on shield security. Hopefully we can get it to stick. I don't think it does. Yeah, it gets resisted. Again, that's where the bonus focus with X23 would have come in pretty handy here. And then we'll just start charging at the speed bar on Cable, see if we can get him to go more often. Domino, not looking good here. Domino looks like she's about to get picked off, but thankfully Deadpool is able to revive in time. And now we're going to see if we can try to hammer Shield Medic a little bit more. Shield Medic is one of those characters you really want to try to take out. And you can see we didn't get her finished off here with the ultimate from Cable. But now we have shield security taunting. So again, yeah, it's a problem. And this is also something too. There's the combination of the removal of defense up and the heal block at the same time. If you have shield operative on the enemy team, that's a lot of regeneration. So look at all these stacks of regeneration on the shield medic. The heal block plus removal of defense up from the Negasonic ultimate would have been very helpful here for removing the taunt and defense up from shield security, allowing you to kind of focus down into characters who had a lot of regeneration on them. But here we're about to lose shield security. Shield security is now gone. So now you can start going for some of these other characters here. Start picking on Nick Fury, see if you can take him out. And hopefully no one is able to, hopefully no one takes out Domino. Oof, almost lost Domino there. Not a good idea, but we're still doing some good work here. See, we're gonna try to take out Shield Operative because of the stealth and regeneration. Can always be a little tricky. See if we can finish off Shield Operative here soon. Lucky dodge from Domino. We could have easily lost Domino there. Well, we have Coulson back up, but now because we have charged on Cable, we're gonna go ahead and remove that immunity once more from him. There we go. Reduction in speed bar. Again, apologies for the choppiness of this. Not the best, but yeah, we're trying to make it work here. And now we're just gonna go rebounding attacks between the two characters. Take out Coulson once more. Let's see if we can remove the immunity and possibly the counter. Yeah, don't want to use the ultimate here. There's no need for that. And then we're gonna go ahead, take out Shield Operative and almost wipe out Shield Medic, and we'll finish off her here soon. Once Shield Medic is gone, you don't have to worry about revives from Coulson. Yeah, there we go. Shield Medic is gone, and now you just kind of have cleanup with Shield Operative, the Shield Security minion, and then just kind of finishing off Nick Fury. That's a good time to use the ultimate. There's no need to worry about now ability block on Nick Fury, which is important. Make sure he doesn't apply those buffs to the squad. And we just kind of finish off Nick Fury here in a moment. And that's it. As you can see, the time up here getting a little tricky. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, the trickiest part is getting rid of shield security, getting past him. If you can remove his taunt, you can dispel between Cable and Negasonic. It's a lot easier to manage. As you can see, almost 4.5 minutes to defeat that shield team. Not exactly an easy fight, but again, a 30k punch up against a Nick Fury Coulson team, I'd say that's pretty significant. So big thank you again once more to Hamzia for sending that footage in. Apologies again for how choppy that footage was. So yeah, that is just showing off what X-Force can do. Definitely a team that you should invest in if you don't have them already. I know X-23 is only available for people who wailed out for her, but she is coming up in a blitz here soon. Definitely a worthwhile character in my opinion to get from that blitz. Let me know down below, what do you guys think? Is this something worth investing in? Definitely, is this definitely worth getting to get a counter for those teams? Let me know down below what you guys think. As always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.